Hello, Mad Troopers, and welcome to day 2 of my trip here at Bartlett Lake, Riverside Campground. It is Friday, April 15th, 2023, 1 o'clock p.m., 78 degrees. Are you ready? Let's start trip. So I'm going to find that special trail that I showed you last year. We're going to go down and see how much the actual river has risen. I went down to the old fishing spot down there where you can fish from the shoreline, where I filmed a lot of the videos last year, and the water level is definitely up. So let's see if I can find the trail up here, go down and take a look. So the water is brown. It's usually kind of a greenish color, which is how it gets its name, Verde River, Verde meaning green in Spanish. So it's stirring up a lot of dirt while they're releasing the water from those plumes. We're gonna go down here and check it out. Going down the trail. Same trail as last year. Woo, yeah. There will be no walking the shoreline of this river. So right there, you can see with that tree, you could walk up to that tree last year and around it a little bit. There's barely an edge there on the shoreline. That shoreline definitely extended last year out. I have seen it at times over these rock beds here, so it's not as high as I actually thought it was going to be. This part's a little tricky right here. If you got bad knees, bad hips, really use caution coming down here. It gets nice and sandy. I'll show you that spot right there. Look at that. So you're coming off the trail there. This part gets real nice and sandy. River rocky. So we were down here last year. Oops. Now we could walk through here last year, but you could actually go around that tree. See where that water is? That was not up that high last year. I'll have to compare the films. I believe none of this was underwater last year right here. This is all available to sit in. It wasn't this wide. I definitely remember thinking last year, oh, I could probably cross that, which you couldn't. Don't ever think that way, especially when you're camping alone, right? Yeah, it's definitely widened up a bit, risen up a bit. You can still kind of get through the trail there. Going around to the other side, you're going to duck underneath that log, and that would lead up to those other campsites that I showed you last year, going up this way, the ones that are closed off. It's absolutely beautiful down here, but it was a little calmer last time, and it is definitely raging right now. This is the part where we can get a better example of it when we come around this little bend here. So I didn't even have to walk on this part of the trail last year. If I want to get down there, I'd have to use the river rocks. Go through here and go down to there. Last year, you could walk out to, see where that tree is hanging? That's a good part right there because I was filming all this last year. That tree is tipped over. You can see some rocks that go along right there because it's creating a bit of a beam that the water goes over. I wonder if that's where the horses used to cross. I have heard horses cross this river before, so there must be some type of riverbed rocks and stuff like that, or a berm in the water where you can actually cross over downstream a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can maneuver through here. Ooh, ow. That tree's a bit thorny. You hear all those rocks fall as soon as you step on them. You gotta be careful when you're at it. Must be careful. Okay. Whoa, shoot. Oh, I went down. Not a hard fall. I caught myself, but I went down. Rock came out from underneath me. That rock right there, you little bastard. All right. This is a good prime example of how much this river has, how much water they're letting out. Look how brown it is. Stirring up a lot of sediment on the ground ahead of us here at the head of the river. It's absolutely beautiful, dangerous. Don't be letting your kids play down here alone. That current can take you away just as fast. You fall in and you're sailing downstream right there. So be wary, especially if you have kids out here. It looks like somebody built a little bit of a dam right there to push the water up maybe. We used to come down here and bathe. I think the water's too high for you to actually find a spot to bathe. Maybe right there you could get in next to that tree stump. Maybe that's why they built those rocks there, so they can get down there and wash up a little bit. I've never been on the other side. That's an island right there. The river forks. River comes down over there and actually goes around that island on that side. Absolutely beautiful though. Look at that. That water is just flowing. That is our life right there. That's one of the rivers that helps Phoenix stay alive. So I'm just going to give you a quick little panorama here so you can enjoy the sounds of nature. I remember last year, and I filmed it, I definitely showed it. There were, my gosh, there were hundreds of cobwebs in these trees. And I was down here a little bit later. I came down here, today's what, the 14th, so it's pretty close, but a couple days difference. But all up in those trees up there, and all in the trees, all through here were spider webs. Now I can't see a one. So if you are planning on, oh look, somebody's lure got caught in a tree. I wonder if the water level was that high or the string just got caught. It's a nice lure. Oh, it smells so good down here. So just a little side note, if you're planning on coming to Riverside Campground this year, realize that the river is up. You're probably not going to get to come down to the shoreline back here on this, what we like to call the secret trail. You can go down. There is a nice little cove opening where you can go and fish. But coming down here is going to be a bit treacherous. Make sure your knees are working good. Make sure your hips are good. Your back is good. And that you can take a little fall like I did right there. So I'm going to go up this little side trail here. It's a little bit steeper. But look at this, is kind of odd to me right here. I'm going to check this out real quick. Look at this tree. Right? Was the water level this high to where it pushed the tree over? They all show the signs of it. That one does. It has a bunch of debris on it. Look at the debris up in the tree right there. I'm wondering if it really got this high. Which if it's this high right here, that would explain all that debris in that tree. Look at that tree right there. How it's bent over and all the debris in it. Was the water really this high between last year and this year? I know we had a lot of rainfall, but that's like flooding right there. Look at that. And this tree is bent over like it's showing signs of water damage. And so is this tree down here, if I don't fall again. Right there, you can see it's kind of pulled aside and all the debris that sticks to it. Now this tree branch broke, but this looks like it caught some debris too. So I'm just wondering if the water level made it up, it would be to my knees from here. So let me get you right down to that level. I wonder if the water level made it up this high. That tells me it did, right there. That's 6 foot high. If I go stand down right there, my head would reach right in where that little hole is of debris, and then all the debris on the tree right there. Beautiful thin clouds out there. Every once in a while, one of them will cover up the sun. Look at this little guy. Just caught him digging a hole beneath me. Life is booming out here. There are plenty of insects to see, plenty of birds, a couple little reptiles along the roadway. Keep your eye out. You can see one of these little guys digging a little hole for himself. All right, it's about 4 in the afternoon here on April, what are we at? April 15th on this Friday. And I'm just across the road from my campsite, the main campsite that we used to always camp at. I'm actually a little bit over this way this year, but I wanted to show you this area. We used to come down here all the time to go fishing. It's a big open area. We'd have a couple of times we had a tent down here with a campfire. I did it once. I think somebody else might have done it once. Other people have camped down here when the other campsites are full across the road. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the area now and how much this overgrown brush has grown up. A bamboo and stuff like that I think is in there. And I'm wondering how high that water level got. You'll see the area here and you'll be able to tell that this brush has been pushed over either by the wind, maybe the storm, or by the water level coming up pretty high. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a 360 of this area here and show you how open this area is and how we used to be able to fish at the river right there. You can't even see the river from here now. So I'm gonna do 2 passes by this, one nice and silent so you can just enjoy the sounds of nature. But here is that brush. You used to be able to walk down here. Look how open this field is here. It's nice and wide open. Perfect place to put a little campfire. You'd have to put your tent up here a little more on the level ground because you don't have much level ground. It all slopes down from here. But you come down here and this used to be from that tree to this tree. That was all open. You can kind of see the river through the brush right there. So there used to be, there's the old trail. So there is a trail that kind of goes along the riverbanks here. It is covered up. Not many people have been using it. You can see the river through there, but again, from this tree all the way over to this tree, that was all opened up and you could go fishing down at the banks right there. You can see it's wet down here. So the water level definitely has pulled back a little bit. So I would definitely say it was up here. It might even have been higher at one point with all those storms. You can look at the brush and see how it's pushed over. This brush is dying off. Now I'm going to do a 360 view so you can see this entire area without me talking. Enjoy the sounds of nature for a second. And then I'm going to head over to the only other cove along the campsites right here where you can actually get to the river and fish. So as you can kind of see through there, that trail that's been there for a long time goes down the riverbank that way. We're going to go over this way. I don't think I'm going to take the trail to the next spot. It's awfully covered up there. You can kind of see it going through here. Let's give it a shot. Why not? Be a little adventurous today, right? Let's hope for A, no rattlesnakes. Everything is awfully overgrown here. Make some noise, let them know you're coming. I should have my hiking stick with me. I'd have to go under the trees, through the trees. It's right there if I want to cut through these trees or walk all the way back around. They have thorns in them, so you do have to be a little bit careful. Just kind of force your way through once you once you get there. But you can see this area right off the road, the bathroom. You can kind of see the little building right there for the bathroom. This, once you cross the road, you're in a parking spot, and then you got to move a little bit to the left to the last campsite that's located here. Nice big open area, a little more level spots for a small tent, nothing huge, but you have a nice little fishing spot right here for the river. Somebody camped here last night. Those are the people that came in 1 o'clock. You can see the trail continues over this way. You see this brush right here? Look at this. The water level had to be this high. Had to be. Look at all that debris that's in that cactus right there that just washed down the river. This tree's bent this way a little bit. There's some debris in that tree right there. So I'm going to say the water level, I'll get you right down to the level. I'm 6'3". So I'd have to bring it down probably about 4 feet up off the ground right where we're at. That's about the level the water was up right here. I don't know, look at that right there. Even on the trail, it looks like it was dumped over. That could be from waves crashing up, I guess. Kind of bringing it up. That looks like probably water came down, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong, that the water level wasn't up this high. Because the way this is mowed down, maybe that's where the water came through. Draining off the campsite there. The campsite's out on a little bit of a hill. And I don't think it'd be enough water to create a stream going through here. But something came rushing through here. But this debris is facing this way on the cactus. So that would be my guess that the water level was pretty high up here. But I am no expert. But you can see the trail continues that way. So just like that other spot over there, I'm going to go quiet for a minute. I'll bet you'd love to hear that. And just let you get a little 360 panorama of the river. The river's kind of calm right now right here. It was rushing a little bit yesterday, and I don't hear those plumes opened up, so I'm guessing they closed them off for a while. We'll probably open them up again later on tonight. That was kind of a neat sound. You definitely hear that thunderous roar of the plumes opening up, however long it takes for that sound to travel to you. It's a pretty cool little sound. But there's a beautiful shot of the river and the mountain behind it. And look how dirty that water is. That water is brown from all the sediment being released, from all the water they've been releasing, all the sediment that's come down from the mountain. Once it settles, it'll be a nice green. You can kind of see a tint of the green when you stare into it for a while. Now somebody has this spot right here. There is one more little spot on the other side of these trees here where you can kind of get close to the water. Last year when we were here, you could definitely walk out a little bit further. Not much. You might have been able to walk out to that tree. It seems like, yeah, probably between these two trees here. Over here, somebody did put up a rope swing on the tree. Oh, there's the eagle. See if I can get her. Oh, where are my glasses? Is that her? That might not. We heard that. That's a different one. That's like a blue-winged crane or something. That's the one I saw earlier. Let's hold it. See, fly by. There it is. Had my buddy Jarrett tell me what type of bird it is. He's good at that. Oh, not long enough. Would have been better if I was on the other side. Okay, that crane or whatever that bird was distracted me. I'm waiting for that bald eagle to fly back by, see if I can get a good shot of him. I'm gonna come over here to where they did the rope swing. I think this is another open area, not as big. You could probably do some fishing down here. Walking through the trail here. Yeah, this is right outside the bathroom area here. Looks like some campers were here and left their stuff hanging around. Yeah, it's a nice open spot right here. Ooh, this would be a nice spot to catch that bald eagle. Look how open that is. But you can come down here, do a little fishing, set yourself up a chair and take a nap. Yeah, this was not underwater last year. You could walk right out there. That was all dry. Somebody hung up, ooh, tied it up there pretty good too. Nice little rope swing. And just like the other two spots, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a quick little 360-degree shot without me talking to it. When you come out of this area right here, you're gonna be heading right towards the bathroom. That's the road up there. If you're adventurous enough, you got a couple people with you. Make sure you have a hiking stick, snake bite kit, all that good stuff. And you can go through there and follow the trail around. Just continue walking up the path to the road. Oh, so beautiful through here. This morning was my first morning here, and I have to tell you, I did not sleep well at all. We had somebody come in at 1 o'clock, which woke me up, which is okay. That doesn't bother me that they're coming in. The car just happened to wake me up. They weren't speeding. They weren't being loud as they were setting up their camp for the night. Didn't bother me at all, just the fact that the cars woke me up when they drove by. I was sleeping light anyways. I couldn't fall asleep. I kept waking up. And then finally, it's getting hot in the car. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, you know, after finally falling asleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. I wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I just got up then and I was a bit miserable. It takes me about an hour or two. I know the feeling. So I was a bit miserable for about an hour or two, but then I kind of snapped out of it. You can see the sunlight's out still a little bit. And I got to say, there was not as many bugs today as there were last year. Last year, there were a lot of flying bugs. Had a couple flies, little gnats, stuff like that. That's normal. It's actually been pretty peaceful. Not a lot of wind today to blow that sand around. No bugs. Today was an absolutely beautiful day. Not the morning. Morning was a bit rough, but the rest of the day turned out to be absolutely fantastic. Oh, what a beautiful evening it is. And it's almost time to light the fire. There's the old campfire. All right, Mad Troopers, it is night 2. It is 5 minutes till 8 o'clock p.m. I'm using the 4K with the 60 frames per second. I think that's what that means when it says 60 and 30. I think it said 24 earlier today, or high definition, HD for high definition. I'll have to check that out. It is a bit chilly out here, I got to tell you. So it's April 15th on a Friday night. It's nice and quiet. Got some nice campers out. Nobody's being too loud. A little bit of music playing here and there, or a generator. Nothing bothersome at all. It's been absolutely fantastic. What a great night. I just had a Hebrew National hot dog. Tasted excellent. I was going to film it, but I made a mess of it, so I didn't put that on film. Every campsite is full down here. I know it's hard to see me like this, but every campsite down here is full, except for the one that's right next to me, and that's because I think it has a bunch of weeds growing around the picnic table and the fire pit, so nobody wants to camp there. And even though Riverside Campground is full, it is a very peaceful and calm night. Very enjoyable. I love it. The morning was a little rough. The afternoon was great. The weather was perfect. And the night is beautiful. Well, Mad Troopers, that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. You are greatly appreciated. Have a great rest of your day and a better tomorrow. Please click that subscribe button, trip over that like button, and remember, never stop tripping.